Okay, now we're going to do an example of solving an inequality versus graphing. So again, these are easy because they're already in factored form. You just have to find the domain values. The domain values are the values at those tick marks, and the yellow highlighted are the intervals, right? So like this one would be negative infinity up to an x value. This would be that x value. And because there's not a solid line, that's why you have open parentheses right there. And then the middle interval would look like that. So the additive inverse to positive 8 is negative 8. The additive inverse to negative 2 is positive 2. Well, negative 8 is smaller, so we'll put negative 8 here, positive 2 there. So I will choose negative 10 in this interval. I will choose 0, and I will choose 10, positive 10. Again, I'm choosing those just because those are easy numbers to work with. There's nothing magical about those. Okay, so if I plug negative 10 into each of those x's, well, negative 10 plus 8 is a negative number. Negative 10 subtract 2 is a negative number. A negative times a negative is a positive number. And it is true, a positive number is greater than 0. So this interval, negative infinity up to negative 8, works. Now I'm going to plug 0 in. So we have 0 there, 0 there. Let me change the color out. 0 plus 8 is a positive. 0 subtract 2 is a negative. Oops, is a negative. Positive times a negative is a negative number. Is a negative number greater than 0? Well, that would be false. And then now we're going to plug positive 10. Well, 10 plus 8 is positive. 10 subtract 2 is 8. That's positive. A positive times a positive is a positive. Is a positive number greater than 0? That's also true. That interval doesn't work, but this domain value, 2 to positive 8, so the answer would be negative infinity to negative 8 union 2 to positive infinity. And let me show you, if this were a graphing, not solving, the graph of this inequality so this says, I'm going to change that to y. Y is less than. So we've got our negative 8. We have our positive 2. And then when we find the interval and all of those things, we sketch that graph. And the graph looks like this. And then look at y is less than. So when we're touching down here on the y-axis, smaller than that. And now look at what we have. Here is our true. That area over there is true. This interval in between is false. So these things actually do agree. It's just that when we're solving, we actually want the interval notation. Okay, that's it for this one.